Now here's the new Range Rover Sport, the 2014. Interesting thing about this vehicle, unlike most things that are called sport in the auto industry, it's not a trim level, it is a separate model. Just bear that in mind. Related, of course, closely to other RRs, but a unique model nonetheless. Here's the first thing you should notice if you check this guy out from the side. The whole vehicle is 2.5 inches longer, not dramatic, but the wheelbase between the axle points is 7 inches longer. That's a big difference from one generation to the next. Should give you a lot less overhang, as you can see, and tends to give you better ride quality, even in a vehicle like this that has heavy-duty off-road ability. Speaking of that off-road ability, if you look at that terrain response knob that is sort of their trademark for operating the drivetrain, it now has an automatic setting, which is kind of taking a knob aimed at making things simple and making it even simpler. Now, of course, these vehicles are pretty serious off-roaders, in spite of the wheels and the profile of the tires. That means you've got a 2-speed transfer case, Torsen limited slip differential, and now 2 engine choices. A 510 horsepower supercharged V8 that you'd expect in this car. The new one is a 340 horsepower supercharged V6. A nod to buyers' sensibilities today. They want to be a little less hoggish at the pump. Now, aside from the healthy power output of both those power plants, we've also got a big weight story going on here. This vehicle has lost 800 pounds over the outgoing model. That's almost unbelievable and makes an enormous difference in so many vehicle dynamics, regardless what vehicle we're talking about. Taking out weight makes everything else about a vehicle better, and this should be a very different driver than the outgoing model. Now, cabin comforts have always been a strong point of Land Rovers and Range Rovers, and this one's no slouch, although I don't see a dramatic difference in the instrument panel or the center console. Notice the all-LCD gauges on this guy. They're one of the first companies to do that. There is something else new in the very back, this sort of Abu Ghrabian third-row seat. I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy, but it's there in a pinch, and that's something new on the Sport as well. It's an option. New tech features include a tight space scrape warning system for tight parking spots or maybe even for nearby brush. Active park assist, that's the first on this guy. Automatic high beams. Also a traffic sign recognition tech that'll read speed limits or road closure signs, display them on that LCD instrument panel, and even fade them out as you get further away from the sign.